Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back with another Transformers review. This time we're taking a look at a Transformers Armada figure, and it's Sideways. Oh, this figure. This is one of the few Armada figures I have really wanted for a really long time. In fact, I wanted to pick this guy up when he first came out on the shelves. I remember looking at him at Target and debating on getting him. I ended up passing on him, and I wish I hadn't, because I hadn't seen any since. And I came across this figure, and the thing about this guy, he's hard to find complete with the little mini-cons. So I came across this guy, I think it was either on the Cybertron Cafe or the Mousetrap. I can't remember which Facebook Transformers group it was. But I got this guy from a guy named John David, who has a Facebook store, and a website. So check out his stuff. I've got had an ad at the front of the video, and there's links in the linky things down below here somewhere. Click on it. Go buy some Transformers from him. Great guy. Good prices, quick shipping, and the figures are in perfect condition. So, thank you, Sean. So I really, shout out there. I really wanted to get this guy, and the reason is his gimmick. It's not the greatest toy. He's an Armada toy, and those are generally a little blockier. They're better than, some of the G1 and G2 figures, I suppose, but he's still a little bit blocky. He's kind of in that midway to today's Transformers versus yesteryear's Transformers, and I like him. In the show, he was the Herald of Unicron, so he's kind of purple and yellow, and he kind of reminds me of a Viacon from Beast Machines, really, the coloring scheme. I do like the purple and yellow, kind of an homage to Galvatron from G1, being his Herald of Unicron. But yeah, so he's this motorcycle, which is really cool, and he's got this rider. I like that. I think he is the only motorcycle Transformer that actually has a little rider, and the cool thing about the rider is he's actually two different mini-cons that combine to form the rider. He's composed of Crossfire and Rook. But I don't think the Rider has a name, which is kind of unfortunate, so I'm just going to call him Rider. But yeah, as you can see, he is a motorcycle. He's kind of a cruiser, like a Euro cruiser type bike, like a BMW style motorcycle with the hard bags and the big fairing, or I guess a Harley Davidson full dresser type of bike. But he looks more like a BMW style long-range cruiser type motorcycle, which is pretty cool. The detail on him is really nice. I like how it stands upright. You can even get it completely balanced on the wheels, which is very, very cool. Or you can sit him over like he's in a parking position. But very cool stuff. I do like him. The rider fits very well on there. He's got a little clip piece that his little butt goes down onto, and then the hands actually connect up onto the handlebars, which have brakes and all that kind of stuff. And the motorcycle, with all the little pegs and holes, kind of looks like it has all of the gauges on there, which is nice. I do appreciate that. It's got the nice yellow stripe down the front. It just looks like a really nice motorcycle. It's got the piece back here, and it looks like another mini-con can actually sit back here as well, because that's the same plug that the rider goes into up there. So it'd be kind of interesting if you had another figure to actually hitch a ride back there. His tailpipes have this kind of faded orange. They go clear to faded orange, which is, well, because they're missiles. So yeah, overall, I really like the guy. This is probably my favorite mode for him and how he's going to stay on the shelf, but like I said, the reason I got this guy is because of the gimmicks. So let's take up the robot mode and see what those gimmicks look like. Alright, so here we have Sideways and his rider in the robot modes, and I mean, he looks pretty accurate to the character on the show. which is pretty cool. The robot mode is not my favorite, but like I said, I like the gimmick, because the gimmick is, well, twofold. He has a full robot mode by himself with his own face, but the rider will separate into two different mini-cons, Rook and Crossfire, or Crosswire, I can't remember which one it is. Correct me down below, I'm sure you will. And I really do appreciate that, because the two mini-cons will turn him either into an Autobot or Decepticon. So he is a combination of a headmaster and a double spy, which is really cool, because he kind of first shows up as an Autobot and kind of breaks into their ranks, and then he also pulls his Decepticon mode, and he's kind of on both sides. It's very, very interesting, the whole concept of the character. Now, the actual show itself, but I like the gimmick. I like the concept of two mini-cons, two different headmasters, two different factions, both mini-cons turning into the rider. I think that is very cool stuff. So here's the rider up close. His head has some detail in it, but there's no paint, and that's very sad. The rest of the body is pretty cool. I like the black upper portion, and then he's got the gray bottom portions. As you can see, the two arms just kind of sit there as they combine together. To transform this guy, you simply pull them apart. You're going to turn this guy upside down, and then these are going to swing down to become his legs, like such. Make sure the head is in all the way up, if I can get that there. Turn that around, and these are going to go underneath and spin around, so you get your feet. So there is your little black minicon guy. I don't know if he'll stand. Stand. There he goes. And then this guy, you're going to flip this piece down so that we see the head. Pull the arms down, and then spin the legs around, and there is the other minicon. So this is the Autobot minicon, and the black one is actually the Decepticon minicon. There's a variation out there where it's reversed, and it's all depending on what arms they have to go into sideways here, on whether he shows his Autobot or Decepticon symbol, which we will show off. Just kind of a close-up real quick of Sideways. So there is his standard head, and it's really just a goofy little cylinder. But overall, I mean, he looks okay. Not too terribly bad. He's a little, again, he reminds me of a Viacon drone from Transformers Beast Wars, which is not a bad thing. I do like that. He's different. And, you know, in paint color, paint scheme, it looks kind of older to me, and I love the two minicons. I just love the gimmick of the headmaster and them turning into his rider. I think that was really cool. And, of course, the minicons can launch the missiles off of his arms with the little plug on the side of the arm there, which is very, very nice. So let's go ahead and get him into his Autobot mode and see what he looks like. Alright, so here we have Sideways in his Autobot mode, and again, I like the concept. The only thing is kind of weird are these antler things that he's got going on here, and that's the way it's supposed to be transformed. You can adjust them around. I personally think they look better if you just kind of put them back like this. I don't know, however you want to do it. I just think they look kind of weird. But as you see, there he is in Autobot mode. And it's really, these guys really have a feel to run amok and runabout in their face sculpt. I really do like that. But there we have the Autobot symbol that shows up in the chest. And if you look, when you put them down, it's going to push different pieces down to show which shield is going to appear, which is very cool stuff. Now, again, there is a variation of these figures where this black one actually shows the Decepticon symbol, which is really cool, and I do appreciate that with the red eyes, but this is the main figure. This is the way he appeared on the show, so that is very cool that he is show accurate. Now, it doesn't have any articulation in the head because it does lock down, but the head is better than the standard head that you get out of the regular little cylinder yellow head that Sideways has. Definitely cool. I appreciate this. So let's take a look at the Decepticon head and see what we think about that. Alright, so here we have Sideways with his Decepticon head. And again, it's the antlers that just look weird to me. Again, they're show accurate. I just don't particularly care for them. So again, I just like to flip them back and get them out of the way so that we can see the head itself. And there is the Decepticon, and he's got purple eyes, which is very cool, which is why I like this being the Decepticon. Again, very much run amok, runabout, and I think that is really, really, really cool that they did that. Is this something that you want in your Transformers collection? You know, I'm going to say if you are a Armada fan, yes, this is definitely, because he's a very unique character out of that show. He has some very unique mini-cons, whereas all the other mini-cons could be really interchanged to anybody else. And these are designed specifically to go with him for this gimmick, and I appreciate that. I also appreciate the fact that they combine into a motorcycle rider. I think that is really cool. And I appreciate the fact that he's a headmaster, not one, but two, making him a double spy. I mean, this guy is Captain Gimmick, and that alone, that uniqueness among Transformers, I think that makes him a very deserving figure in your collection. Just for a size comparison, real fast, here he is next to a Generations re-release of Beast Wars Cheetor. So he's a little bit bigger than an old Beast Wars figure. And again, I mean, he would make a really, really nice you know, Viacon drone. You could even, the way he's designed, you could even take this head off like that and just leave it like thus, and that could be a drone. You could probably lift this piece up if you wanted to and give him more of a, he doesn't really want to go up right now, but give it more of a head type of look. I mean, it could really become a Viacon drone, which is very nice. So again, is this something you want in your collection? You know, I'm going to say yes, just because it's a fun little figure. And again, there is the Minicon up close. There's really not much paint to the Minicon's head, which is unfortunate. I wish they would have put a little bit of that purple that they have there, but that might pop off because of the transformation. So that's one Minicon. I think it's Rook, and then this is Crossfire. Yeah. Again, no paint in the head sculpt, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, definitely a fun figure. I appreciate him. You know, if you find him for a good price, definitely pick him up. I think he is worth picking up for sure. So there he is. Sideways from Transformers Armada. Again, thank you, Sean. Guys, check out his sales page down below. He is a great person to work with. Again, good prices, quick delivery. The figures are immaculate. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. Definitely subscribe to my channel. Share my videos. I really do appreciate it. And as always, look for more videos in the future.